The Michigan Football Report is presented by Rhone. Make sure you go over to rhone.com/chatsports. Get 20% off your order. Rhone makes awesome clothing. I am rocking the Rhone commuter shirt today, so get part of the commuter package there from Rhone. All right, breaking news here on the Michigan Football Report. Blake Corum will return to Michigan for his senior season, his fourth season, although technically he could return in 2024 because of the COVID year of 2020 when he was a true freshman. So with Blake Corum returning, him and Donovan Edwards will be one of the most potent, dangerous, talented running back combos we've seen in college football over the last 20 years. I'm super excited about this. I think it firmly supplants Michigan is at worst number 3 in the preseason polls, though I do think with the momentum behind the offense and all the talent and Michigan being the number 1 team in the transfer portal this year, if Jim Harbaugh fully cements himself coming back, returning, and that he is the head coach of this team next year, I do believe that Michigan has a good opportunity to be the number 1 team in the 2023 preseason poll. So if you are pumped about Blake Corum, like I am, returning to Michigan next season, 4th year, give me a boom in the comments. Go ahead and type boom. See a bunch of people in the live chat as we're filming live from LA here on Monday afternoon, national championship tonight between Georgia and TCU. Give me a boom in the comments. I see my guy Luis Papp in the chat. Church Fart says boom. Nice username there. Luis as well. Real Matrix. Douglas Hartsleeve as well says boom. So let's take a look at Blake Corum's production. Right? Who is Michigan getting back? This should be no surprise to anybody who watched him. Had he not got hurt right before halftime against Illinois, and Michigan goes in, beats Ohio State, as long as he has 100 yards in that game. If he has 100 yards in that game against Ohio State, scores 1 touchdown, I don't think it matters what anybody else did. I don't think it mattered what Caleb Williams did in any of those games. I think Blake Corum would have been your 2022 Heisman Trophy winner. So that is what Michigan gets back next year. Blake Corum, someone who could potentially be the Heisman Trophy favorite going into next year. First team All-American, unanimous All-American, along with running back from Texas going into last year. He's on to the NFL. Blake Corum will be returning. All right, let's keep it rolling here on the show. Blake Corum returning to Michigan for his 4th season, for it'll be his senior year. And we'll keep taking your guys' reactions and questions here. But I do want to give a shout out here to our sponsor, and that is Rhone. Guys, I'm sure many of you, like me, have social life. You're doing a live YouTube show, then go to a sporting event later this afternoon. You've got parenting responsibilities. Heck, you even want to hit the golf course sometimes while on company time. Well, I've got a solution to the hassle of changing clothes between your daily activities. It's the commuter collection from Rhone. Athletic dress pants, shirts, and apparel. Men's clothes were due for a radical reinvention, and Rhone stepped up to the challenge. I'm wearing Rhone's commuter shirt and commuter pants, both part of the commuter collection, which is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man. And here's why. Rhone helps you get ready for any occasion with the commuter collection. It's got the most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, and polos. You never have to worry about what you wear when you've got the Rhone commuter collection on them. Super breathable, super stretchable fabric, and you can get 20% off when you go to rhone.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports. That's rhone.com/chatsports, promo code chatsports. Link is in the comments and description. And the live chat of today's video. The commuter collection gets you through any workday and straight to whatever comes next. Head to rhone.com/chatsports. That's RHONE.com/chatsports. Use that promo code for 20% off and free shipping. It's time to find your corner office comfort. Michigan has a fund that I think is pretty cool that I want to make sure you guys know about. The One More Year Fund. Maybe it is part of what got Blake Corum to return for his 4th year at Michigan. So what is the One More Year Fund? Well, it is a fund strictly going 100% of the donations going to players to convince them to return for another year, one more year versus going to the NFL. So here's the graphic put out with Jared Wangler's NIL collective called the Valiant Group. They are trying to get Blake Corum, who has, of course, returned now, Zach Zinter, Trevor Keegan, Cornelius Johnson, and others. Get them a big name, image, and likeness package. Now, if a guy's going 1st round, I don't think this has any implication or ability to impact that decision. But Corum, 2nd or 3rd rounder, maybe worse because of the injury. Cornelius Johnson, 4th round draft pick, 5th round draft pick, absolute best, potentially couldn't even get drafted. But Zach Zinter, second or third round potential draft pick. Trevor Keegan, same range, third, fourth, fifth potentially. Those guys, you get $300,000, $500,000 in their pocket that could rival their take-home pay with the NFL. I think this is a big opportunity. So the link right there, it's also in the comments and the description of today's video, givebutter.com/1moreyear. Go ahead and donate if you want to give some money out of your pocket straight to your favorite Michigan football player's pocket, Blake Corum and others, to return for one more year. Guys, if you missed it, on Saturday I interviewed Desmond Howard. So I will put that link in the comments and description of today's video. But also, if you go to the channel, you see that picture, that thumbnail from Saturday. Go ahead and watch the video. I spent 10 minutes with Desmond Howard at College Football Playoff Media Days, National Championship Media Days for TCU and Georgia. The game is tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, a little earlier than past years at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. All right, but the breaking news today is Blake Corum will return to Michigan after a long deliberation of a month and a half or so since his injury against Illinois, which took place on November 19th, back right before halftime. Fumbled, one of the few fumbles he's had in his entire career, and gave way for Donovan Edwards to have huge games against Ohio State and Purdue. And now those two players will create one of the most formidable running back combos that college football has seen in at least a decade. That is for sure. 1,500 yards, just shy of it last year. 19 total touchdowns. One of the great seasons in Michigan football history from a running back perspective. And look, he didn't even play in Michigan's last 3.5 games. Look at those numbers would be if he played in the last 3.5 games. He could have been approaching 2,000 yards rushing. He could have had 23, 24 potential touchdowns. And if you just took what Donovan Edwards' numbers were, although I don't know if he would have had those breakaway runs that Edwards had. I think the game's a little different. That maybe all in, Edwards against Ohio State proved out to be a better opportunity for Michigan because he could take the ball all the way to the house. And Corum returning next year. We'll see what comes of Trevor Keegan, Cornelius Johnson, and others. Michigan could potentially be the number one team in all of college football. The announcement was made live on the Michigan Football Report YouTube. He also went on Blake went on the Rich Eisen show and made that announcement directly. Guys, help us get to 26,000 subscribers. We're sitting at 25,504 subs right now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below the video. And if you like what you see, you like this show, I'm going to put that link to subscribe in the live chat. Send this link to a friend in, everybody's got their text threads with Michigan fans. Send that, copy and paste what we just put in the live chat and down in the comments and description. Send it to your buddies who are Michigan football fans. Tell them to watch the show. So what do we think Michigan gets back from Blake Corum, right? Assuming he is healthy. That's the big question here. He's been a pretty, I don't want to say banged up over his career, but he missed time in 2021, right? He got injured, came back, missed the Maryland game, kind of came back to the Ohio State game, but didn't really do a ton in the Ohio State game outside that one run just after halftime. Had the long touchdown run against Iowa in the Big Ten Championship game, and only had a handful of carries against Georgia last year. This year, a couple snaps against Ohio State, came back in the game for one play against Illinois, but then missed Purdue, obviously, and then didn't play against TCU in the college football playoff. So that is the latest on Desmond Howard, him returning to Michigan. I am at the college football playoff national championship game out in LA. The game is tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Georgia's a 12-point favorite. 63 points is the over-under on that game. So pretty interesting to see what happens tonight. I think TCU, if they win, will be one of the great Cinderella stories in modern college football history. So I'm rooting for them despite them beating Michigan. I got to spend some time with a bunch of the TCU players on Saturday. I'm pulling for them, although they're going up against a potential Georgia team that has an opportunity to repeat as a college football national champion. Nobody's done that in over a decade. Alabama 2011 and 2012. Prior to that, Nebraska in the mid-90s. Let me know who you guys have tonight. Predict the score. What will the score be? TCU, Georgia. Again, Georgia's clearly more talented. They've been here before. This is the defending national champions. They're undefeated. They just went toe-to-toe with Ohio State and beat them. Came back down 12 in the second half of the fourth quarter and had to rely on Ohio State missing a 50-yard field goal as time expired and as the year of 2022 expired as well. My score prediction here, folks, I have TCU 38, Georgia 34. That's my final. Let me know what you guys have in this game tonight. Georgia TCU college football playoff. The breaking news, though, on today's show, I am excited about Blake Corum returning to Michigan for his 4th season. Going to create a hell of a duo between him, running back combo with him and Donovan Edwards going into next season, guys. I am super excited about it. We are going to continue to roll. Give me your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this. Should Michigan be number 1? And does this have any insight into what Jim Harbaugh is going to do? Heard a lot of rumors the last few days that if Harbaugh's not coming back, then Corum's not going to come back, or he'd be much less likely to. He's making a decision well before he needs to, so has a week until he has to make a decision. Will this impact Jim Harbaugh, or does he know something that the rest of us do not know?